Hey everybody, John Santana here from Iron Age Comics with a Kickstarter mail call. Now, some of these items I got right before I left for vacation last week. Some of the items I got while I was on vacation. And at least one of these items I got today. And I figured I'd just open it up here and share what some of the other creators are doing on Kickstarter, some of the awesome stuff that I'm following, even as a creator, because I think it's so cool. We're going to save the G.I. Joe stuff for last because it's relative to my current campaign with the G.I. Joe parody type of book in NSFWest. And honestly, it's just the one I'm most excited about because there's a lot of nostalgia packed in here. The other thing is, I'm a little forgetful, and there's definitely some stuff in here where I just can't remember what it is that I backed. I see the Gemini mailers, and I know that there's some cool stuff in it, so why don't you just open it along with me and let's check it out. So let's start with our first package here. I think this is the one that arrived while I was away, but some good news. It's from Daniel Torres, who I believe I met at a con, but he's a Poughkeepsie creator just like me, so I'm sure I met him more than once. But we chat on Discord. He's a really cool dude, and I think I know what this book is, and I can't wait to see it in person. So let's crack it open and check it out. Yes, this is what I thought it was. This campaign, Daniel, I will tell you that it was criminal how few backers you got, and you did a great job with the amount of backers that you got. I feel like you should have gotten 10 times more because the art on here and the concept was amazing. This is the cutting room floor. That cover is gorgeous. Look at the cool stuff it comes with. Let's check it out. All right, we've got this awesome print of the cover art, which, like I said, I believe is gorgeous. We've got this company logo here with the space chimp, which I always thought was pretty cool. Logo of the book, cutting room floor, and I believe this, Bemis Limited, has something to do with the book itself. Now let's take a look at the art. Wow. I forgot I ordered a metal cover. This is so cool. All right, let's take a look at those pages. Look at the artwork. I can't wait to give this a read, man. Very cool. Trying not to give any spoilers, but look at that art. This should have hit 50K at least on Kickstarter. This is so good. All right, more to follow, but pretty awesome. Thanks, Dan. Next up, this one. Clearly, without reading the name of who sent it to me, I can tell by the doodle and by the tentacles that this is from a good buddy, Travis Gibb, a good Facebook friend of mine. I've been on a couple of his Facebook Lives where the creators get together, do a hangout, and we look at each other's books, and he's a really great guy, and I was really looking forward to this book. I know what this one is. I'll wait to reveal what it is until I show it to you. But this is one that I was actually late to the game. I really wanted to write a story in this anthology. Hopefully he'll keep me in mind for the next one. This is Cthulhu Invaded Fairy Tales. What a concept. This is not the first volume that Travis has put together, but this is the first one I was able to pick up, and I really can't wait to check it out. We got some really cool stories in here. Let me actually read out what some of the stories are if he's got it here. Let's see. He's got to have it in here somewhere. There we go. Table of contents. So the concept here is simple. Cthulhu mixed with classic fairy tales. So he's got one called Pants on Fire, The Fisherman and His Wife, Goldilocks and the Three Scares. Looking forward to that one just by the title. Pied Piper, which is inherently spooky. Let's see, skipping a couple, The Ugly Elfling, Snow White, and The Old God. I really can't wait to read through these things. That looks creepy and awesome and adorable at the same time. This is obviously Goldilocks and the Three Scares. This is just really good looking stuff. Man, really great art for this anthology. Great job putting this together, Travis. And Heather, I saw you worked on this with your white power couple. Great stuff. Invite me next time. This next item is Kickstarter adjacent. This was a postcard mailed to me and handwritten, and it's got a hand-drawn piece of art on the other side from Chris Albright. I was on his podcast, Long Box Punk. There it is. You can find it on YouTube. It's a great podcast. He's a really great interviewer. I highly suggest it. I actually subscribed on Apple Podcasts and listened to his shows as they come out every week ever since he interviewed me because I thought he was that good of an interviewer. Really cool little note, handwritten note he sent me. He didn't have to do that, so thank you, Chris. Very cool. But my favorite part is because we talked about NSF NSFWest, to really highlight what we're doing at NSFWest, he decided to draw a silly, naughty picture for me, hand-drawn by Chris himself. This is hysterical. Thank you, Chris. I love it. Awesome. This next one has a really funny story to it. I already opened it, so there's no unboxing, because I was really excited to check out Chad Townsend's Black Phantom, and I'll tell you why. Chad Townsend reached out to me with a very sweet DM that I initially read as confrontational. Maybe I'm too confrontational of a person, and I didn't even finish I scanned it, my blood boiled, and I stopped reading. Why? Because he said, hey, man, you're running Deadhead, and your character looks too much like my character, and that's not cool. Or that's how I read it. That's not what he said. When I read it again, he said, some people brought to me that your character looks a little bit like my character, and I'm worried that you're gonna try to come after me. So please don't come after me, dude. Completely different tone than I originally expected. I really respect the guy, Chris, for reaching out at all. And the best thing about that interaction is I got to find a really great artist. Look at the art for this guy. He's the writer and the artist. Here's an alternate cover that got black and white cover. This seems like a really cool character, Black Phantom. And although I do admit that it shares somewhat of the visage of Deadhead, so does, Ghost Rider and Taskmaster and Skull and Crossbones, and really any character with a Death's Head for a head, including Death's Head. Oh, look at this. I forgot I got two covers. The Holy Terror, Black Phantom and the Holy Terror, right? Reflective cover, and the Black Phantom, Rocket's Red Glare. This guy is a talent, and wow, I can't wait to read this. Chris, you've got, look at, wow, just really, look at the animation quality, story, literally like movie storyboard level quality of the emoting, the character acting, the storytelling. Chris, you're good, man. You are good. And I really hope we can work together in the future, because this stuff is good. Squid Comics, I'm glad I heard of you now, and I want to read more. I think this is a glow-in-the-dark cover, everybody. I'm going to put this under the light while we do the next couple of unboxings, and by the end, I'll show you a picture of this thing in the dark, because Chris, you're the man. This is cool. Next up, before we get to the finale, opening up the omnibus hardcover, the G.I. Joe collection here. Just a quick plug for NSFWest. Inspired by G.I. Joe, very obvious. Very much a parody of naughty comics. I've gone on record a few times saying that I'll be honest, I used to look down on naughty comics. I just thought that they were not doing anything for the industry and hurting other comic creators, but I decided to embrace it. Not the if you can't beat them, join them mentality, although it seems like that, and more of the how can I take something positive out of that genre and put my spin on it. And that's what we did. We brought on Jojo Colon to write it, Jamar Bulda to draw it, Randy Monses to color it, and look at that. That is a kick-ass, all-girl, sexy G.I. Joe team if I ever seen one. The pencils are great, the inks are great, the comedy is top-notch. It's definitely ridiculous with a capital R. Oh, that was a spoiler. You're not supposed to see that. I'll blur it out in the video. So NSFWest live right now, you can get these two covers. There's a plethora of covers, and yes, I use the word plethora. There's so many covers to choose from, and they're all amazing. We even have naked covers for you degenerates out there, because we know that's what you like. And even though that's not maybe what we're into, we made it funny to make us love it too. So NSFWest, check it out on Kickstarter. There's only 4 days left. So go to the link in our bio, and if you're watching this on YouTube, just go to Kickstarter and look up NSFW or Nubile Strike Force West, and you'll find it. Here's the main event, the one I'm personally most excited to open because I'm a huge G.I. Joe fan going back forever. This guy, Carson Metaxas. And I gotta say that correctly because I've already gotten a creator's name wrong in this video once. Can't let it happen again, especially since the creator's name I got wrong was Chad. Not this Chad, different Chad Townsend, and I called him Chris multiple times. Chad, I am so sorry. It will not happen again. And you know what? I'm having anxiety. Let me check your name again. Maybe your name is Chuck. Jesus Christ, I'm an idiot. Omega 3 is John. Chad is his name. Chad Townsend. I will be forever apologetic for getting your name wrong multiple times, but I love your work, and you have a fan, and I'll continue buying your Black Phantom books. You have your first name in common with Chad Hukal and Carson Metaxas have put together this amazing boxed set. We'll talk about exactly what this is when I open it up. It's called The Art of G.I. Joe. Really, really cool stuff. Because Carson's a cool dude, and I backed a tier that included Blu-rays of interviews with G.I. Joe creators, specifically toy creators and some storytelling creators. Larry Hama's got an interview in here. Ron Rudat, a designer for G.I. Joe in Hasbro back in the day, or it was Hasbro back in the day. Packaging illustrator. I'm a sucker for packaging illustrations. He sent this ahead. Look at these really cool DVD art, right? And G.I. Joe was nothing if it wasn't known for its packaging art. And so he's got some really great packaging art. Is this Toxo Viper? I don't think it's Toxo Viper. It's the one with the water, like the Eco Warriors era G.I. Joe. Anyway, I'm nerding out here right now. But he sent this separate shipping to send me this early because this was ready before this. So I got this about a month ago, and this came while I was away on vacation. Now it's time to open the omnibus hardcover art of G.I. Joe. Actually, there's a very useful open here sticker, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to use that advice. Wow, this is heavy duty. You guys know, if you follow me for a long time as the Haunted Box designer of the actual box, I'm a real fan of packaging and getting boxing right. This looks amazing. Look at this, just like Haunted Boxes. It's got the magnetic flap. You're seeing it before I am. Wow, look at this. Holy smokes. Look at the size of this. Art of G.I. Joe. From the packaging, from the toy, from the ink. Look at all these prints. Oh my God. These are all frame-worthy. Look at this. Snake Eyes. Box art, or card art, I should say. Original Commando Snake Eyes. V1 Destro. Card art. Wow. Baronet, of course. Look at that. Vehicle. Box art. The Cobra Moccasin. The Whale. I always wanted it. Oh, my favorite character. This is definitely going in the frame. Those who don't know me, my favorite character is Storm Shadow. Ever since I was a kid. Used to draw the shit out of Storm Shadow. Mike Zeck had my favorite Storm Shadow cover ever. I'm going to have to go through these in meticulous detail later. Oh, V2, Snake Eyes. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not going to show you all this because this video would be forever long. But just to give you an idea of what you should go after. Now, he's got late pledges open. You can go right now to 3D Joe's on Kickstarter, their profile, and still get this. There's still time for this omnibus. Oh my God. And now that was an extra that you got on top of this hard cheese. It is heavy as shit, which I love. Look at this red, white, and blue ribbon bookmark. Even the interior of the box. So this is reminiscent of the figure cases that they came in. And you would have the names of the characters that you could stick on figure cases. This is amazing. This is just amazing. I am completely impressed by this. That art is incredible. There's nothing else I can say. Let's look. My favorite character and his enemy right on the spine. God damn, that is dope. Wow. And that's the jacket. Let's see what, and the jacket flap has more. I love the matte finish. Oh my God, it keeps going. Look at this. This is incredible. Photos of kids just like fans like you and me opening up their G.I. Joes Christmas morning, birthdays, little Storm Shadow, cosplay back before cosplay was a thing. Card art catalog. This is a card art catalog. I'm in heaven. Look at this artwork. What I really want to do, so he's got the names of the artists here. A lot of these artists that I didn't appreciate as a kid, and even as an adult who appreciates comic book art, toy art, I always appreciated the packaging art, but I didn't know any of the names of the creators. And this is going to give me an opportunity to really dive deep and learn the names of these creators and see the packaging art up close. So the stuff I never got. I didn't get everything as a kid. I got figures, but I didn't get every figure, and I didn't get a lot of them. Vehicles. Wow, sorry, I got distracted by these file cards. Oh man, Doc, this is incredible. Oh, and it's even cataloged by year. This is the museum piece. Wow, Thank you, Carson, for putting this together. Thank you for sending it to me. If you're a G.I. Joe fan, get you to Kickstarter. Get yourself one of these. This is amazing. One last thank you to all the Kickstarter creators that sent me all of these goodies for this mail call. We've got Carson here for the omnibus and for the Blu-ray pack. Chris Albright for sending me the hysterical picture. My buddy Travis for Cthulhu Invaded Fairy Tales, which I cannot wait to read. Daniel Torres, which we got to get together, brother, and come up with something we can do together. There's really awesome artwork and a metal cover. And Chad Townsend, sorry so much for getting your name wrong, but I really admire and respect your work. I think you're great. And speaking of your work, let's end with seeing if your book really glows in the dark. I had it under light this whole time. Let's give it a shot. All right, here I come. Here's hoping. Yes, it does glow in the dark. Check that out, boys and girls. Cool stuff. Thanks, Chad. I'll never forget your name again. Thanks, everybody, for watching. And if you haven't backed NSFWest yet, please, for the love of God, go check it out. Peace.